Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I hope you're all doing really well. As you can tell by the title, I have, well, embarked on another deep flat clean. You all seem to enjoy my last house clean, and I thought in light of what is actually going on in the world at the minute, this would actually be beneficial and useful. By all means, I'm not telling you how to clean your house, flat, room, whatever you have. I'm pretty sure you all know how to do that, but I think now more than ever it's super important to maintain a really high level of cleanliness, and also just to really combat any germs or viruses that are going on outside to prevent them from coming in. Obviously, having a clean home is a really good step to help prevent that, and it's just nice to have a clean space. You know, if you are, I don't really want to talk about the actual virus, but if you are self-contained or self-isolating and you are struggling for something to do, deep cleaning your house slash flat slash room is a great way to just feel good, release some happy endorphins and have a lovely clean space. So if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, do subscribe, and also I've implemented a lot of the tips and tricks a lot of people said in my last video. If you didn't catch that, I will link that down below into this one. So yeah, do enjoy, do follow along at home if you want to, and I'll catch you all very soon. Cue the cleaning montage and a massive bucket of products.
Okay, so this is all of the products that I'm using. There isn't a massive amount here, but these are some essentials that we have in our store cupboard. So I've just got some fresh, clean blue cloths and some sponges, some gloves, and I've got my Zoflora antibacterial disinfectant, the pink stuff, some Domestos spray bleach, multi-surface cleaner, Oven Pride, and then some other bits and bobs. I am going to be using a new floor mop as well, just obviously to help with hygiene, and a minky cloth and that kind of jazz. Nothing too special at all. So I find it really helpful when I am cleaning just to put everything into like a little bucket with like a handle, so it just means that I can transport it from room to room rather than having to bring the products along one by one. It just means to keep it all in the same place. So yeah, this is my little bucket of goodies. First task we were going to tackle is the oven. Now, I'm not going to lie guys, I've let this slip. Our oven gets an absolute hammering day in, day out. As you know, I love to cook, bake, that kind of thing, and I'm quite ashamed to put this on YouTube, but here we are. This is the reality. I'm just going to deep clean it. We haven't really given it a proper thorough clean since we moved in August. So yeah, it's just been long overdue, and obviously having a little bit more time on our hands, I just thought it'd be a really nice idea. Just give it a good old thorough clean. So I'm using the Oven Pride here. I picked this up from, I think this actually was from Asda, and it comes with like a self-seal bag. Obviously do read the instruction guys, and do wear gloves because this is a quite harmful corrosive chemical, so yeah, you don't want it to react with your skin. So I just popped around half of it in the bag with the wire racks, and then I popped the other half on the tray and at the bottom of the oven, sealed up the bag, and I left that for around 24 hours just to give it like a really good thorough clean. And then I started focusing on the glass door, and then look at this. Oh, kind of makes me feel a little bit gross that was like what the state of the oven was in, but you know, it's well loved, well used, and yeah, this is just nasties of just like, you know, bits of oil and food and that kind of thing. Obviously, you know, we are keeping everything clean as possible, but yeah, it does get a lot of use, does our oven. So yeah, and then I just focused my attention on the top, so I just removed everything from the clean cooking area, and then just made sure everything was nice and free so we could get cleaning. So I used the pink stuff again on the hob, stainless steel. This stuff is just absolutely brilliant. Probably used a little bit too much here, but yeah, I just gave everything a good wipe before fully getting involved with the scrubbing. This Domestos spray bleach as well is fantastic. I use it on everything, surfaces, tiles, basically anything that I just think might harbour some kind of germs and bacteria. So yeah, I just give it a good old scrub on the countertops, and then I worked on the white tiles, and then wiped everything off with a clean blue cloth. And then I started buffing in the pink stuff into the hobs, just making sure there was all like the dirt and grime was removed, paying extra attention to the actual knobs and handles on the oven as well, because obviously they are going to get touched a lot, so I just want to make sure they're absolutely clean and free of any bugs. So yeah, just making sure everything is nice and clean, and then I just wipe that all away with a blue cloth. And then I just focused my attention back onto the oven griddles. So these just gave a little rinse. These didn't really need like a massive clean because obviously we clean these daily. So just use some hot water and a blue cloth just to get rid of any like grease or oil spills or anything like that. Nothing really too fancy at all for this part. And then it was just time to put everything back in place. So this is like the heat rack we used. So I just gave that a good clean with some bleach spray, just making sure everything was nice and clean. And then I just popped everything back. So our utensils, our oils, that kind of thing. I did also wipe these down off camera as well. So everything is just pretty much sparkling clean as it possibly can be. And then I used some of the spray bleach again on all of the kitchen unit doors. I know this is something that I should do day in, day out, but yeah, sometimes we do forget, we just focus on surfaces, but obviously with what's going around at the minute, just handles and those types of things, basically anything that has human contact just might be a good idea. Just give it a good thorough clean. So if you've got little kids running around and they're touching all the handles and stuff, it's just nice to give them a wipe. And then again, just did the same with this, removed all of our equipment, like our coffee machine, blender, KitchenAid, that kind of thing, and just gave everything a good, thorough, deep clean. So I'm just using the spray bleach again. You're going to be seeing a lot of the spray bleach, guys. It's really, really good. Obviously, you can use something that's a bit less intrusive if you're not really keen on the smell of bleach. Method do a really good cleaner that we've just run out of and can't seem to get our hands on, but yeah, the rhubarb, wild rhubarb method cleaner is awesome. And then again, I'm just focusing my attention back onto the fridge. Obviously, you want everything to be nice and clean inside and out. So I'm focusing on the door handle, all that good stuff, just to make sure it's really, really as clean as it possibly can be. And then it was just time to pop everything back and make it all look nice and organised again. Now with our coffee machine and blender as well, I just got some more bleach and just cleaned all of the surfaces, just the knobs and that, just to make sure they're nice and clean. And then I just went back to the last part of the kitchen. Our kitchen's like divided up into 3 parts, so yeah, this is our last little bit. So I just gave everything a good, solid, thorough clean, all the tiles, plug sockets, that kind of thing. Buffed it in with a clean blue cloth. Focused on the door fronts, the handles, the drawers, that kind of thing, and then just popped everything back in place, the kettle, the toaster, that kind of thing, and just again made sure all the handles and switches and all the good stuff was nice and clean. Then it's time to just do the little sink area as well, so I just popped all the clean dishes away before I started using like chemicals, because obviously you don't want them to get splashed and that kind of thing. So I just popped all that away, moved the wire rack, and gave the sink a bit of a clean. I used the pink stuff for this as well. Pink stuff's awesome on it, stainless steel. And then I used a bit of spray bleach on the actual tap and the handles, just obviously because that's where we're going to be touching when we're washing our hands. Obviously hand washing is super important as well, guys, it goes without saying, but obviously with the current situation as well, do it more regularly. I also wiped down all of our door handles as well into and out of our flats. This is our back door handle, just made sure it was nice and clean as it possibly could be. And then I refilled our hand soap. There wasn't a lot in here, but we did have another one that I did fill up to. I'm just trying to not waste as much as we possibly can. And then I just took out all of the rubbish and trash, bit of recycling, that kind of thing. And then it was literally just time to clean everything in the bin. So I just gave the bin a bit of an empty and then sprayed that as well, just in case we were touching it. It's nice and shiny. And then I just popped 2 capfuls of Zoflora into our mop bucket. And then I just used some warm-ish water. I know a lot of people said don't use boiling water just because obviously with the fumes and it is a disinfectant. And I didn't mix any other floor cleaner in this. I just used Zoflora and just wiped our kitchen floors completely clean. Now it's time to move into the bathroom. So I just used the Domestos spray bleach where we keep like our toothbrush and hand soap and that kind of thing. And then I moved on to the bath, so I just gave the bath a bit of a rinse and then used some bath cleaner in there just to make it nice and white and sparkly. Didn't do too much of a deep clean in the bathroom because we did recently just do it, but I did give the shower screen a little bit of a wipe as well with some glass cleaner and it came up sparkly clean. And then I just changed out our hand towel. Again, just make sure you're doing this regularly, guys, with a clean, fresh one, because obviously germs do harbour on that kind of thing. And then gave the door a bit of a clean and the door handle. Just made sure everything was as clean as it possibly could be. I also did the light switches as well, because again, anything that we're touching with our hands, we just want it to be, you know, germ free. I'm using the Minky cloth as well. I recently got this in a B&M haul. If you want to check that out, I will link it down below, and I'm super impressed. They are brilliant. They're a really nice size as well. I did the sink last just because obviously, you know, you don't want to start with that and then keep on rinsing things in, because it just obviously it's just counterproductive. So yeah, I do the sink last just because it's the last thing I use, and then the bathroom is done. And here I am just doing a bit of a boogie with my little AirPods in. I had a bit of a 60s playlist going on, which was actually quite nice to help with the cleaning. Just doing the back of the tiles now, removing the last few bits and bobs, give the floor a bit of a sweep just to make sure there weren't any bits and bobs lying around, and then I just used the mop just to mop the tiles and make sure they were sparkling clean as well. Obviously, you know guys, this is just fundamental cleaning, but you know, it's just nice to do it, especially with us spending more time at home now. And then it was just time to do our little toilet, so I just took the loo rolls out of the plastic packaging and popped them in our little holder, and then the rest I just popped to the side. Then it's time just to do the toilet as well. Just pop a bit of bleach in the basin and just give it a bit of a scrub. So you guys don't need to see too much toilet cleaning going on, but yeah, I just made sure that was nice and sparkly clean and left that for 5 minutes, and then I just bleached the rim, and then I just used the Minky cloth as well just to do the door handles in the loo as well. Obviously we've got antibacterial in there too, and then we wash our hands in the sink area, but I just did the handle and the lock. And then it was time to move into the living room. The living room again is nice and clean. Relatively, we keep this really tidy and clean, but I was just doing all of the surfaces that we are going to come in contact with. So the coffee table, deep cleaning the remote, because obviously we're going to be touching that. And then I just used the multi-surface cleaner from Wilko, which says bye bye bugs on it, which I love, and just a little microfiber cloth just to give everything a little anti-bac and dust. So I did all the windowsills, the vases, the TV, shelving unit, that kind of thing. And then just finished off with the little suitcase that we use to store our bits and bobs in. And that is it guys, that's our clean and tidy flat. I really hope you have enjoyed that and found it somewhat useful. I really also hope as well that everyone is keeping safe and is okay. Do drop a message in the comments if you want to chat or have a little discussion with everyone. Obviously with the current situation going on, I really hope that we can all come together and support one another, and I hope everyone is feeling really positive, obviously with everything that's going on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.